Sted, we're going to talk about your take now on mastering the Mixolydian mode. And you're getting there, man. You're doing a really good job. All the notes that you used are in the key. There's some good ideas. There is a good technique behind, I can tell, and good rhythm placement. But I think one of the things that is happening, and that's mostly due because it's improvisation, which is the key of the real thing about improvisation, by definition, is that it's improvised and made up on the spot. But there's ways to kind of help you in making things on the spot, and I think this is what it's going to be about. My comments to you, my suggestions are going to be to I'm going to give you a few exercises to kind of help you overcome the limitations that you might encounter when you're making something on the spot. And this happens to all of us, depending on our comfort level with the scale we're using, or the speed of the track. There's a lot of different elements, or maybe you're stressed out or whatever, but this exercise is going to help you a little bit. And I could, when we listen to your track, to your take, it starts quite well. Some good ideas in there, but after a while it seems that you're kind of running out of ideas and kind of unsure, and scared is not the right word, but just a little bit anxious on what is going to come out of your instrument. I might be wrong. If I am, forgive me, but if I didn't see this and if I just heard, this is what would come to mind after a while. It just seems that you're running out of ideas. Anyways, what I would suggest to you is, over the same backing track, use the same scale. Don't worry about going all over the fretboard. Just simple, maybe 3-note per string scale, D Mixolydian, whatever position you're comfortable with. I was using a 3-note per string here. Start with a very simple rhythm pattern. We're going to work on rhythm, and I think that will help you in the long run really develop something fresh and not sound a little bit anxious about what is going to come out of your instrument. We're gonna try to come up with 16th note patterns. So here's our beat, that's our 16th notes. So even though our beat is something like that's our beat, in your head you don't want to hear this beat, you want to hear, and as you're hearing that, these are going to be alternate picking notes, down up, down up, down up, down up, and so forth. And we're going to create some very simple rhythm patterns over 2 bars, and actually not even over 2 bars. We're going to make it even shorter. We're just going to do 4 16th notes, followed by 4 other 16th notes, and then we'll land on a note. So basically it's going to be something like, if that's our beat, 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. And we're going to use this rhythm motif to create, just develop that skill over something following that motif. So that'll be something like that. And as you're doing that, the landing note is really important. You're going to try to hear which notes work well, which don't. Usually I would start with the notes of the actual chord, which is made of the root, D, the major 3rd, the 5th, and the minor 7th. So let's try to land on these major 3rd. So we've got one right here, one right here, one right here. So we'll try that. And so forth, and then you try with the 5th, and so forth, and then you can expand that, maybe tie 2 of these motifs instead of having. You can double that. for example. And as you're working on that, expand your fretboard knowledge, and this is really going to help, I think. It's going to help you come up with fresh ideas. You're going to have something to rely on, which is that rhythm pattern. That's going to free your mind to not worry too much about what am I going to do. Well, you have a pattern, even though it's made up, you still have this pattern, which you hear in your head. And then you can, as you go, you can vary a little bit, but still have that in your head. That's going to help a lot. But other than that, good job on following the scale. I think if you apply this idea, this will really help. Try to think about it next time you improvise, next time you sit down with your instrument on a backing track. Try to use that concept. This is going to help, I think. Other than that, great job. Keep working. And yeah, don't forget that scale. It's a really cool scale, the Mixolydian mode. And I like the fact that you ended with minor blues pentatonic. Always very tasteful. Great job.